And welcome back to another episode of Generation Shock.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
That's right. We're back on your screens, if you know what I mean, and we're looking better than ever. Oh, we got our first person commenting in it. It's my boy Chris. Let's go. It's time to get this show started. As always, I'm your boy, the monster on the mic, and alongside me is my boy Messiah Photography. What up, bro? You fix anything over there today, or we gonna have another shitty mic night?
Let's see. I mean, I'm
good so far.
So far good.
So far, good. So we'll see how long we can ride it out.
Oh, that's gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of cutting in and out a little bit, I feel like, but I don't know. Talk again.
How about now?
Yeah, you gotta speak. Yeah, when you move, I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
All right. I'll stay.
You gotta put all night long. Come on. There you go. All right. Speak into the mic. All right. So we got a great show in store for you today. We're just going to bullshit around, talk about some different things. If anybody has anything they would like us to talk about so they can chime in with us, please feel free to put it down in the chat. By the way, I know it's a side note. Me and my boy Chris just made a monster trade in our fantasy football league. So that was kind of exciting.
I noticed that you are logging into and doing live on the mock trade. I actually like that.
I'm doing, I do shows. We're doing once a week show right now on our matchups.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I'm in there trying to edit stuff. I'm like, I see, okay, so this is a weekly thing. That's good though. Keeps it going. Keeps the fresh page.
We have fun with it. We definitely have fun with it in the Fantasy Football League. Remember, Generation Sports Fantasy Edition. Tune in. You can watch us talk about our teams and different scenarios. Blessings have been plentiful this year so far. I will say that in that league. And I'm hoping I can keep that blessings, because the only downside is right after Mr. Chris made that wonderful trade with me, he turned around and decided to make a trade with the person I'm playing this week, which doesn't put me as good of an advantage against my opponent as I was looking for. So slightly disappointed in that move, but it's good for his team. So nothing but blessings for my brother Chris.
The league?
What?
Like, you're number one in the league right now, or what? What's going on?
I blessings have shifted in my direction.
Okay.
I am currently number one. I am undefeated. Knock on wood. We will see what this week holds. But yes, I have not lost a game yet in this league. That's many blessings. If you want to know more about my position, though, go tune into the Generation Sports Fantasy Edition. I'm not going to give it all away here. But speaking about sports, I don't want you to get emotional. Okay. I don't want you to tear up. I don't want you to cry, but I know it's probably going to be a very hard time because, any child who watches their parents get divorced, they always wonder if it's them. I will say it is probably your fault, but it sounds like Giselle and Tom are on the verge of calling it quits.
Yeah.
They ready to.
So here's the thing with that, right? I was having this conversation with the wife, right? And we were talking, I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of fucked up, but. And she goes, is it really? Because she has heard one more year probably for a long time. And he was actually retired for a period of time. And then all of a sudden he's coming back. He's saying, fuck you to the family and yeah, football. And she's saying, okay, if that's your attitude, then fuck you to you too.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking, listen, just let the man do one more year. He has a big contract coming up in commentary, so let him play one more year. I think she should do it, but that she's not having it, bro. She doesn't. This is what happens when she cares for him a lot. She loves him a lot. She looking for his well-being, right? And she's also saying, "Nigga, I make more money than you do, so you do whatever the fuck you want." How is she saying?
I'm just saying, so let's see what Chris had to say. Tom is going to retire the marriage and job. He's just retired. Listen, all I can say is this. It makes me question legitimacy because, we talked about that photo that was out there. I wish I had it with her and Antonio Brown.
That's photoshopped.
Them hugging?
Yeah, well, it's probably, remember, he took him.
That's my point. So, and you don't think after they won the Super Bowl, they hugged or something? Like, that photo's real.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I don't know if you saw, and I don't want to get into this topic at all, but did you see the picture of Antonio Brown in the pool?
No, I didn't see that one.
You didn't see the picture? Antonio Brown was in a pool last week and decided to go skinny dipping in it.
Is there a date stamp on it saying he was there last week?
Yeah, the pictures. Yeah, there's a date stamp on the picture. It was from that day. He was in a pool and he was literally butt naked with his thing out. And I mean, from the blurred out section, I could see why she'd be jumping on that thing. I'm just saying,
If that's true and Antonio Brown did Tom Brady like that, he's fucked up.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the actual truth of what happened and what made them split and made him just say fuck it in the middle of the game.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
And because Tom Brady wasn't trying to talk to him, he didn't give a shit. He's probably like, yeah, get the fuck out. I don't want you no more. You're over there, dirtying down my wife.
Yeah, if that's true, that's fucked up on his behalf. If that's true, the only man that was willing to take him in wherever he went, that vouched for him in New England, vouched for him in Tampa, and took him into his house, and he did that shit.
By the way, your mic's back to being garbage again.
Yeah. I mean, it warmed up, and then it went back to. I don't know. What I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go buy a new Zoom. Forget it. I'm just gonna do it.
Whatever.
So,
all right. Let's move into some other topics. I just want to bring that up. Oh, but one last thing about sports. Do you know what teams are 4-1 in the league?
I know who's 4-0.
Who? Because everybody played 5 games, so that's impossible.
5-0.
Oh, the team that beat you in the Super Bowl, right?
No, actually, they didn't beat me. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh wait, there's another team that beat you in the Super Bowl that's 4-1. That's the New York motherfucking Giants. That's right.
That's having a great year. That whole division's doing good.
That's for sure. Hey, back to being the number 1 division of football, baby. Back on top where we belong.
Yeah, let's just see how it ends, right? Because everybody starts off well, just like NASCAR, right? Everybody starts off well. At the end is what matters, right?
Hey, man, all I know is that
I'm not saying New England's gonna. If we make the playoffs, thank you God.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Hey, Belichick is doing magic over there, though. That Seppi.
Yeah, the rookie Zappy.
He's looking good. Maybe it's the play. Maybe it's the plays he's doing. He's doing good with what is it? I have his name on top of my head, but I can't. The defensive coordinator now is the offensive
Patricia.
Patricia. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever. Good. He's looking good.
Let's move on. We've spent way too much time talking about the Patriots. They're not existent.
Defense is doing good.
By the way, every time I talk and then you try to talk, the way it's set up for some reason on your mic now, like I don't hear anything. So I have to be completely silent for your mic to kick in, just to give you a heads up.
I have to be this close?
No, even when you're close, like it doesn't matter. I don't know what's going on with you. Your whole setup's whacked out. So let's get moving on. What shows have you been watching, man? Did you you still haven't watched any of She-Hulk, have you?
No.
Oh man.
Is it good?
Daredevil was in this episode. Frogman was in this episode. Shit's fucking hilarious. And it's tying into the bigger universe now with Daredevil and stuff like that. It's not bad.
Just finally finished Attack of the Clones, right? Clone Wars, right? I finished that. Like season 7, episode, I think it was 12 or 21. How it ended with a time jump to me was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I gotta watch it again before we start talking about it, though. I don't remember.
I had to call somebody that's a diehard like fan of Star Wars. I'm like, yo, what just happened here? He explained it to me.
Also, did you hear the news about House of Dragons? Supposedly they're like, because I know everybody's probably wondering the length of it. I hear it's supposed to be 4 seasons. That's it.
I can see that. I can see that happening.
Messiah, no, episode 9 comes out tomorrow, or whatever episode it is. I think it's the season finale, but that comes out tomorrow morning.
For what?
Hasn't come out yet. For She-Hulk.
She-Hulk?
Yeah.
I wait till the season's over, then I watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
What am I? Oh, I'm cut. Well, I'm not all cut up because I didn't watch this week's episode. I'm on Endor.
I just watched this week's episode.
That show, I'm liking that show, man. That show is really, really, really good. It's a lot of talking. it's a lot of talking, so you have to pay attention to a lot of what they're saying.
That's pretty much what the whole show is. It's just building up to stuff. I will say this: the visual effects on this week's episode were absolutely amazing.
Really?
Because they have the event, the celestial event.
Yeah.
Is this episode very cool? Very
beautiful.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very awesome. So I like that. But
So
House of Dragons.
House of Dragon. Did you
4
watch
seasons.
already?
Huh? Yeah, I watched.
Did you this episode?
Yeah, it was good.
He's like, when he was like, I would have your tongue for that.
Oh. Shut. Oh.
Yeah, something was gonna happen because he's always been her protector, always. Which is the reason. Remember, I told you the reason why he didn't finish what he started when she was young was because, again, he was protecting her, and you was like, no, some people say that he's like impotent, right? He couldn't get it hard or stay hard, and it was because he knew that he was trapping her, and because he wanted her for her, so he didn't want to finish it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't spoil the role.
Telling you, if you look at every episode, he had trouble with everyone.
But in the episode before that, which he actually did make love to her, it didn't seem like he had any problems. So I just think it was more that he's
before what? He hasn't been able to do anything with anybody.
Yes,
his wife even said it before she killed him.
He slept with Rhaenyra in last episode in the beach. They slept.
But that's like 40. That's like 20 years later, dude.
I know, but if you're impotent at a younger age, what makes you think you won't do it now?
I'm just saying there was something going because sometimes it's mental. He was dealing with a lot of shit, dude. He was having trouble with the whore and sleeping with her
because his mind was somewhere else.
Okay, so it was impotency. Yeah. Still, he didn't do it because the impotency stopped him from doing it. Then I think he was having trouble with the performance.
I just think that he didn't want. I just think that he didn't want to like that, not damage her or damage. Like he didn't want to continue damaging her brand.
No, because that was his tool in order to get her, was to damage her brand, so that way she was the one he had to sleep, had to be with. So
no,
I don't know. We agree to disagree.
Okay, but this week's episode that passed was awesome, bro.
Yeah,
it was a really good episode.
They are setting up, and it's I would think going forward, because everything I'm hearing about, they're going to have to stop doing the time jumps, right? We're getting to the point where you can't do any more time jumps per se. And it's good because the Dance of the Dragons, which is this all the
Song of Ice and the Song of Fire.
No, that is, this is called the Dance of Dragons.
Yeah.
So the Dance of Dragons that's going to go on, it took place with only a few years. It wasn't like a long outdrawn thing. So they're going to have to start, measuring out where they're at and starting to stay there.
So who do you think? Well, who do you think? I think now it's very interesting. Now
you can already see this, like who's gonna you already see who's gonna go off against each other, right? Yeah. Daemon and the dude with one eye. I forget his name all of a sudden.
Oh, the son, Aegon, isn't it?
No, the little brother, or not little anymore.
Oh,
his younger brother.
Yeah, I know which one. The one who's very well trained.
Yeah, they're the ones who are going to go battling for everything.
You think it's going to be Daemon and him?
And I know it for a fact.
Interesting.
Because remember, most of the story's already written.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
it's already written. But like
you can see that they're starting to pin that together.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I like how they did the twist. I mean, I will say it was a twist where you thought that Alicent and Rhaenyra were about to mend their differences and move on with it, right?
Well, I think they did.
No, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You jump in. They were about to mend it and move on with it. And Alicent was actually ready to subside and allow her to take the throne. But then because the king was delirious and on his deathbed, basically, he made that comment that he meant to make to Rhaenyra, but he made to Alicent this time. Just like before, when she went in there, he was talking to Rhaenyra and thought it was Alicent. Now he thinks it's Rhaenyra, or excuse me, he thought it was Alicent when he's talking to Rhaenyra. Now he thinks it's Rhaenyra when he's talking to Alicent. And she mistakes it as if, wait a minute, I have to now fight for what I was fighting for this whole time because this is the will of you and everything else. So that's going. So they're done. It's over with them.
Yeah. It is crazy. I think it's going to be very interesting going forward. I kind of knew that something was gonna happen the minute he stepped out. When he stepped out, I knew the family was gonna get into a fight. I'm like, oh, they're just being nice because he's there. Make him his last wish come true, and all that.
Well,
and then,
that's what I say. Everybody else, yes, but not Allison and Rhaenyra. They were
exactly.
It became genuine, I think, in the moment. They didn't mean for it to be. But the problem is, and this is always the case with anything, right? And I know you know, I can't say I fully understand it because I don't have any, but people with kids, your kids turn around to overshadow your feelings for anything else on this earth, right?
Yeah.
You're always going to stand behind your kids. And that's what it comes down to now. It's the feud between the children that's going to fuel the feud between the parents.
Between them two, yeah.
And I like the move that Rhaenyra made, marrying her children to Daemon's children and keeping it in the bloodline and in the family, but also
it wasn't Daemon's children.
Huh?
No. She married her children to her aunt's children.
No. Those are Daemon's children.
Was it No.
Yes, listen.
She
Rhaenyra married Laenor.
Oh, yes, she did.
His
yes,
sister married Daemon. They had the two girls, and they married them together.
Yeah, because the other ones had boys. No, but the other ones had girls too.
Who?
Her aunt.
Her aunt only had a girl and a boy. That was it. They both married. One to Rhaenyra.
They're both dead. Yeah.
Well, no, remember, one of them's not.
Yeah, one of them's dead, and then the other one, and also.
That's Daemon's kids, though.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I immediately thought about her kids, but they are Daemon's kids. They're her grandchilds.
Correct. It's the girl's grandchildren. Yeah, her aunt's grandchildren. Correct.
But it's crazy how she turned around and said, "I'm gonna go with what my husband always said, and the family belongs to." And she was smart. She thought real quick.
Yeah,
because at first she was like, no. She was like, first, no.
But she saw the temperament of the king when he walked in. She's like, this ain't worth it because you're just gonna set yourself up. She's gonna set herself up for treason, right? Yeah. And she's like, I'm not having that. But now the great part is it puts legitimacy, at least for the sea one. I forget the castle where it's
sea snake.
Yeah, the sea snake.
Sea serpent.
Yeah, I forget where their castle's called in their area, but it puts legitimacy back into Rhaenyra's son's hands because he's marrying into that same family. So even if his bloodline technically isn't part of it, now it is.
Right? Yo, when he said that thing, it's not related to me.
Yeah.
And that whore, yo, he's like, when he said that shit, I was like, yo. But
you saw Daemon though. You saw Daemon though. He was like, please, give me a reason, motherfucker.
He's like, say it. He's like, say it. And he said it. He was like, when he said it, he's like, he knew it. Because again, he's always been a protector.
Yeah.
I'm just
sorry,
curious.
Chris. He said I guess he hasn't watched it. I apologize for the spoilers. Spoiler warning. All right, we can move on to some other things. Did you watch Werewolf by Night?
Is that good?
Oh my gosh, so good. Do you like old school horror movies? Like back in the day?
Not horror movies, but I'm into werewolves and vampires.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you like old school like the old school Frankenstein's style movies? It's basically an old school style movie. It's not, I wouldn't go as far as horror, but it's on the horror genre because of those type of creatures and stuff. But it's a couple twists I did not see coming. Introduced a couple characters into the MCU that you wouldn't expect were going to be a part of it.
It is an MCU thing?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
I know, but I didn't know it was an MCU thing.
Yeah, they're coming out with Blade and everything. They're trying to introduce that.
No, they just made an announcement on Twitter that they canceled Blade.
Did they?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I was 2 days yesterday.
Yeah, they basically say that they're the ones who are down. Like people don't talk about or don't see it. They might have. I didn't know they canceled Blade. Why would they cancel Blade?
They stopped production on Blade.
Stopping production is not canceling though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They stopped production.
Oh, well, fucker. But they're bringing in those things into the universe, right? And they're trying to bring them into the world. But the thing I liked about it too is like the werewolf, for instance, wasn't a CGI.
No?
It was old school, just a guy in a werewolf outfit.
Oh, okay.
Like, it is pretty dope.
That's interesting.
I won't say any spoilers, so I don't want to take the plot away because I don't want to do that again. But like I said, there was a couple twists and a couple turns, didn't see coming, right? And it was just really elegant the way they produced that show. I thought it's only one episode. That's it. It's a one-off, right? It was an hour long, worth the hour sit down. That's
Okay, so also only one episode. That's it.
yeah, it's not. It's a spinoff. It's
short
like
movie.
a special. They even do it like an old school intro.
Yeah.
Like if you ever watched old school cable, they would say it's a CBS special or something.
Yeah.
They did an old spin-off of that even.
The old HBO intro.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so it was dope. I enjoyed it. What'd you think, Miss Chris? You watch it? What'd you think? So, but yeah, it was definitely good. I enjoyed that. That was nice.
I want to see SEE.
Last season came out.
The last season came out, bro. It is fire.
I'm gonna wait till it's done.
Yeah, I think it's a few more episodes left that it's done, but it is fire.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is a beast in this movie, bro. He's a beast. The way he fights, he's just a straight samurai / ninja, and the way he moves, bro, he's sick.
Yeah.
So it's very,
I gotta get back into it. It's a little bit of a slower show from what I remember.
It is. It's
so it's hard sometimes to keep attention spans on it.
Did you like the new Thor movie? I haven't seen it.
Still haven't seen that. It's so old. It was okay. It wasn't great.
It was okay.
It was. Let's put it like
is it
this.
worth seeing or not?
I mean, on Disney Plus, yes. But Taika Waititi already said he's probably not going to do a third one. He's like, after the reaction of this one, he's like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm actually in sequence. I'm watching Star Wars in order. I send you the two pictures of which way should I watch it. I am doing it right now. I just finished Clone Wars. After Clone Wars, I just finished the movie episode 3, which if you watch it in that order, even though if you after reading a couple of articles of which way is the chronological order best way to watch it, and they were saying that a lot of Star Wars fans don't give episode 1, 2, and 3 credit. They don't like it.
Yeah, they
for some reason. It's like the most hated trilogy of all Star Wars.
Yeah,
and I'm like, really?
Well, I mean, the new one's up there too.
Yeah, understandably why? Because to me, when I first heard that they're measuring the Force with midichlorian levels, I'm like, what? So, anyways, to me, that one was ruining it. But I watched it; it's good, very entertaining. But you can really see the changes, and then some of the things they say plays into Clone Wars, plays into things that they fill in those little pockets, right? That you're like, oh, wait, that references to this, and it's starting to make a lot of sense to me now. Which is
one of those, and that's the thing about watching them, though. It's kind of one of those weird things because if you start with 4, 5, and 6 as they like, if you do it as releases, then you are more inclined to be like, oh, okay, that references that because you saw it first. If you watch 1 through whatever, then you're almost going back and saying, "Oh, they talked to like it's a weird transition." But I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it. This is our topics for May the 4th be with you, like we've done in the past. We talk about those watching ceremonies and what orders and all that.
COVID, it's finished.
That is true. There is no more.
It is
the pandemic.
The pandemic is finished.
Not COVID. Let's not put out false information.
They're still selling booster shots out there.
Well, I mean, there's still people getting sick from it. So I don't want to,
Yeah, the pandemic is over.
Yeah,
the pandemic's over. It's still
you can go.
People thinking.
Basically, what it means is we don't have to restrict shit anymore, right?
Exactly.
Just fucking open back up and let's party down.
Just in time.
Let's go.
There's a recession. Holidays coming around the corner.
Yeah.
It's really, literally, it's like next month, bro. I was looking at the calendar, like, what the?
Yeah, believe me, I know. I know.
Yeah, and it must be harder for you because you're at a higher level than I am. So you're like you have to prepare for the whole store.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm good with it.
But
what else are we going to talk about? There was something else I was going to bring up. Go ahead though. You have something?
So I was gonna save this for the Fack Outta Here. So maybe I will just save it for Fack Outta Here. So I'll just leave it like that. I don't know. It's just are you big into greetings? When somebody walks into a store, when somebody walks into when you walk into somewhere, now that you as a leader, right? or you probably seen it this way always. I've always seen it this way because I've always worked in the service industry. Greeting is very important, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to be the one having to do it, but I do think it needs to be done.
Like, how you greet somebody is important. I'm not saying being a greeter. I'm just saying how you introduce yourself or how you help somebody, how you.
Well, I think it depends, right? Like, let's take a restaurant, for example, right?
Okay.
If I walk in, the person who's going to seat me is just like how they greet me isn't as important as my waitress or my waiter, right?
Okay.
The server, I should say. Okay. Because the person serving is who I'm interacting with. I don't like the people like, hey, what do you guys want? Like the people who seem rushed, they seem bothered by me being there and stuff like that. Give you an example. I went and ate at this little breakfast spot down the street last week, and they were busy. And this lady was, she was busy, but the way she just carried herself, her energy, the way she spoke to me, she apologized that she's a little busy and that she was busting her butt, and still trying to be as attentive as possible with me. I haven't had service like that in a while. I left her a $20 tip on a $12 breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but when I came in and they were seating me, and they're just like, and they're like, hey, and I was like, hey, I had to ask them, hey, do I just see myself? Like, yeah, sit wherever you want. Like that didn't bother me. Now I do know where some people are going to come from that it's got to be, the host, that will set the tone for what you expect. It does set the tone store.
For me, it does.
But that doesn't for me. It's about the interaction, because even if I don't get a good thing from the greeter up front, they say, hey, how you doing? Like, even if it's just that, but the person that comes up to me has good body language, good energy, and acts like they want to be there. That's all I care about at the end of the day. Because what would you rather have? Would you rather have the great greeting up at the front and less service, or would you rather have better service and not such a great greeting up front?
I'd rather have a great intro, right? A warm welcome. Hey, thank you for coming in, this and that, and a great service. Why can't you have both?
No, I'm not saying you can't.
I'm just saying, but I'm with you in the, hey, if the host doesn't do a great job, at least the person that's attending you, she has to do, or he has to do a great job. I'm with you on that. But I'm also a strong believer that the host has to also set the tone. Hey, how's everything and all that? Because it's a service industry. We're all there to service somebody. And I'm very understanding where you're having a bad day sometimes, right? You're having a day where you're not feeling good. You're being there because you have to be there. Personal life is going to hell, and you have to be there, and all that. I get that. There's a very few people that know how to separate, and you can't expect, at least for me, you can't expect everybody to be as professionals, right? Because some people can deal with shit and some people can't. So you can't expect somebody to be like having a rough day in their personal life and then be like, hey, how's everything today? This and that. You can't expect that from everybody. So that's very understandable. So I could see how you see it. But I'm very big in, let's say, for example, when you walk in somewhere and you're like, go ahead with your order. That's exactly how they greet you. I'm like, what? Like, not even, hey, how you doing? How's everything? Or, hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. What can I get you? What do you want? Or go ahead with your order. I think this is a different age group. I think that's what it is. So
I know it sounds silly. People are gonna laugh, but where you can see that at, where like the difference in people, how they treat you. Ever go to Hooters, right?
Yeah.
The servers and the bartenders at Hooters, like, they make it part of their practice to make sure they are extremely outgoing and friendly, and to the point. Now, part of it, they're probably trying to play a game or whatever, right? But they are very. I don't know. We have one behind work, so I go there on Thursdays to, just grab something to eat and have a couple drinks, before I go home, and watch a little bit of Thursday Night Football.
I was gonna say, you don't watch the games there?
Huh?
I was gonna say, you don't watch the games there?
I watch it till halftime and then I go home.
Okay.
I just go there so like once a week I get out and unwind a little bit, and it's right behind my work, so it's just very easy to get to. They have good sliders and I like curly fries. But I people watch, right? So I'm watching these people. I'm watching them as they're out and about, and just you notice they're a lot more friendly than people at other restaurants, than servers and waitresses, right? And so I just find that funny that it's just that's the way their mentality is. The nicer I am, the better tip I'm going to get, which I never understood why that's not the case for every server.
Yeah.
Right. But
in this country.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we all got to put things aside and move on from it though. But what are you going to do?
I mean, I always tip regardless. But
yes.
how you
it's about the percentage I tip.
Exactly. It's the percentage I tip. Because they make their wages that way, which is a broken system, right? The restaurants, the restaurant industry, Karens. I've been to. Have you ever heard of restaurant Karens? It's like Dick's Last Resort. I've been to one in Chicago, which is very interesting.
Watching this guy read these comments is hilarious. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I went to one in Chicago. It was so interesting how they treat you. They kind of like insult you almost at a way where they're not insulting you where you have to walk out. But if you're not used to stuff like that, it's so funny though.
Yeah, you got to walk in knowing what you're getting, or you're going to complain, and then the person you're complaining to is be like, "You're a fucking idiot." Yeah. Right. So like, you got to know what you're getting into before you go.
Yeah.
I would definitely I've never been to one. I'd love to go there. I wish I could. I wish there could be other businesses that you could get away with that. Like my job or Messiah's job, for instance. Like, could you imagine that was the format that you could just like, what the fuck do you want? What, you don't know? You don't know how this shit works? What are you, an idiot? Like, you could just say things that are kind of on your mind anyway. But that's how you still get them the right product and different things like that. I think that would be freaking dope. Be able to.
I mean, there are a few employees that get away with stuff like that. We have one in Kissimmee that the way she deals with her clientele, you'd be like, how? And she still gets raved as she's a great employee. I'm like, and I guess because she's honest and she speaks to them and she deals with in the part of the business that it's a need versus a want, which is appliances, right? They go there because they need this shit. They're not going there because they want something. They need it. It could be that, but I mean, she's great with her personality. People love it. And I'm like, what? You just said that? And people accept it and they don't complain.
Hey, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say something too that I was like, what is this?
Trying to think. I had something as well I wanted to go over, but I forgot. That's why I got to start writing things down more. Yeah. I get so busy though, and I'm doing things that I just like. Oh, that would be good to talk about. Oh, but then I forget. Oh, I forgot that. So
well, we could talk about. I was watching.
I got another question real quick though.
Good.
You know, it's playoff time in baseball. I'm just wondering who the Red Sox play.
They're playing the off season.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure I threw that out there.
Yeah.
We'll have some Yankee talk coming up in the sports segments, you know, like probably the greatest single season in baseball history that we just had.
It could be. Right?
Yep.
It ain't, listen, if you don't win it all, it ain't shit. You just had a great season and that's it.
Hey, did you see what Chris put up? The ball was the guy was offered 22
million. Yeah, I heard.
Turn that shit down.
Of course he turned it down.
I think it's gonna be is priceless, I feel like. You know what I would do though? You know what I would do?
What?
I would take the ball and go to the Yankees and be like, hey, look, I'll cut a deal with you. I get seats right behind home plate. I don't want the box. I want on the field where I get all the food and everything included. I want season tickets for life. And I will give you the ball. Well, I mean, how much does that really cost?
Well, let me ask you this. I've always thought about this.
Because how much will that really cost the franchise?
Yeah, but in sports, home runs, football, like when they kick the football, they do punts or they kick the field goal.
Yeah.
The field goal, right? Punts or field goal. Is that technically still property of the league?
So the way that it works is the baseballs are 100% not. Any baseball that leaves the playing field is no longer the ownership of the league. With footballs, it's different. It's only if the player is giving it to them, right?
Which I think that's kind of fucked up.
Because, for instance, you've seen where security has come back and taken a ball from someone.
The Tom Brady football.
Correct. because it wasn't given. Well, no, if it got thrown out, if it got thrown up into the stands, then technically they have the right to it because Derek Carr, 200th passing TD. What's his name? Devontae Adams just took the ball and threw it. Now, football may be different.
Accidentally.
No, he didn't accidentally. He chose to throw it.
He just threw it up there?
Oh, dude, he fucking chucked it up there. How do you accidentally throw something into the stands?
I know. No, I'm just saying he just like he didn't know there was a 200th touchdown.
That he probably didn't know. Yeah, he probably didn't realize. But the thing is I don't know if they have the rights to it. I know baseball for sure doesn't. You hit a ball in a foul ball. The ball goes into the stands. It is the property of the fan.
Whoever caught it.
Correct. 100%. Did you see a guy fell over the edge trying to catch the ball and broke both his legs?
No. But he's a dumbass. He deserves everything that happened to him.
Yeah, man. I also heard the guy that has the number 61. I could be wrong, but I heard he's fucking rich as fuck. So he doesn't care about $2 million.
What happened, Papa?
I heard
but like, see, here's the difference about sitting in box seats or sitting where you're saying, right? If you cut that deal, you can't catch balls as much as you did when you would hit when he hits a home run.
What?
If you cut the deal with the Yankees, right, or whatever team, to sit right behind the players where you get the free food and all that. If you cut that deal, then what's the chances of you catching another ball?
Who the fuck cares?
I mean,
what are the odds of me catching another ball? Period.
I mean, he caught that 61 home run.
Okay, but what are the odds of that happening again in my lifetime? First of all, it has to be a ball worth something, right?
Yeah.
How many people are hitting that? Like, dude, it was Roger Maris was the last time somebody hit that many home runs. If you take away the druggies.
Here's my thing. How come they're not testing Aaron Judge?
They are testing him.
Yeah, well, that shit is not gonna come out right away.
Bro, you really think he's juicing?
Tested?
He really think dude, he's been that size since day one, bro.
Well, he's always been big.
That's my point. That's not like Barry Bonds who got big,
all of
or
a
Mark
sudden he's hitting
McGwire.
61 home runs.
Mark McGwire who got big, all these other people.
How long he's been in the league?
4 or 5 years.
And he's already he's hitting 61 home runs. Well, last year he was on pace, but then he went to the home run derby, and then
that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and then he did the home run derby.
Hey man, I can say I was at the game for his first ever major league home run. I was in the stadium.
Did you catch it?
No, motherfucker. You don't think I'd have that? You think I'd be showing that shit off every fucking day?
You're like,
that's why I would take the seats. Give me the seats.
Let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you this: would that ball be worth anything?
Oh,
only when he retires, right? Only when he retires.
After what just happened, that ball's worth money. I guarantee it. How much money is just going to keep on depending on his career? But you had the first ever home run for the guy who hit 62 home runs in a season to break Roger Maris's record. That shit's worth money.
So because the record is 72, isn't it?
No, well, that's if you count the druggies. What up, Tosh? How you feeling, girl? Everything
what up?
But that's the record. If nobody considers that the record, which is why they made a big deal.
Why?
Because they were druggies. Mark McGwire and Barry and Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds are all considered not to count. That's why they're saying Aaron Judge had the greatest season.
They're just saying that because he's a Yankee. Yeah,
whatever. Nobody gives a fuck if
Yankees get away with so much shit. That's what it is. The Yankees get away with so much shit unless you're A-Rod.
Fuck out of here. Typical Patriots fan. Yeah, making up bullshit and trying to cheat.
Bullshit. The Yankees get away with so much shit. I just need that guy to be tested.
He's been. You don't think they're testing him? You think they're going to allow this to go on and not test him? No, because you know the black eye that would cause. Do you know how bad that would look for the league? Dude, they're not doing that. Aaron Judge is saved the league with this kind of shit. Let him go on and win a World Series. And if he, sorry to hear that, Tosh.
Yeah, it comes with the property, Tosh. And if that was to ever come out, yeah, I think
if it would ever to come out, but he's not, so it won't. We good.
I think he is.
Listen, the Yankees are not the teams from Boston who cheat, or Houston.
They just cheat their own way. That's basically what it is.
They cheat with this because they got too much of it. So that's legal.
That's illegal. They had to create the cap.
Oh, because the Yankees
they
create
have to
the
pay
tax
extra
for the
taxes?
entire year. They create the luxury tax for the entire league. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
Anyway, I just say after the season's over, after you guys don't win the World Series, because you guys are not gonna win it. After you guys don't win the World Series,
Gene, you hear this shit, bro?
then test him.
Whatever.
Then test him.
Test him whenever you want. He's good. He's clean. Get off his nuts. Okay. Don't be jealous because we have a dude. Think about this though. This dude, this dude said, I'm not going to take your offer, Yankees. I'm going to play out my contract and I'll become a free agent. Do you know how much fucking money this guy's about to make? What do you think? Just take a guess what you think he's about to get paid. I think
he's going to get, well, right now, the guy making the most is this guy. What's the white kid's name?
The white kid in baseball. That narrows it down.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of Latinos in it. So if it really
there's also a bunch of white guys.
What's his name from Cardinals? Not Cardinals. Angels, from the Angels. He's a stud.
Don't you have a phone? Stud. You can't look it up?
Yeah. Anyways, he had the biggest contract.
I'm going to look it up now.
Baseball biggest contract right now. I just think he's going to make $500 million. His next contract. He's still young, right? How many more years he has?
So it looks like the biggest contract is like 365 out there.
So and it's this guy. What's give me his name?
Mookie Betts for the Dodgers.
Oh, so no. So what's the other guy's name?
Franco Tatis Jr. for the Padres got 340.
And then under him, this should be a white dude.
No, I don't see any white dudes.
No. Okay.
No. Oh, Mike Trout. You're right. Mike Trout. Hold on.
Trout. Yeah.
He got a $400 million contract.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He got $400 million contract, right? What do you think Aaron Judge's going to get? And that's a 10-year contract, right? Well, how long is that contract with Mike Trout?
I'm trying to look it up. Mike Trout, 12 years, $426 million.
Damn.
That's the problem, man. They put these long contracts.
Hey, you know the difference, though? That baseball,
years.
You know what's the good thing about baseball? That shit is guaranteed. That's big money. That's the difference between baseball and any other sport.
You're right. I could easily see them saying, "Hey, we'll give you 12 years for $500 million, $500 million right then and there."
Yep.
What about LeBron trying to become a owner, trying to get a team in Las Vegas? You heard about that?
No, but wait, Vegas don't have a team?
No,
they don't. They don't. They don't have a team. Well. Is it just LeBron, or obviously he's getting a group? Obviously he's getting a.
He wants to be the principal owner, so he wants to use his own money.
Interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a part of a group. I
didn't even know LeBron had money like that.
Oh, LeBron's a billionaire.
Yeah, but he's a billionaire. He's not gonna throw his whole $1 billion into the. It takes more than $1 billion to run a team.
Yeah, he's gonna have there'll be a group. Like, there's no owner in the league that's a sole owner on their own.
No,
they're all part of like a group and stuff.
I remember when John Henry bought the Red Sox in the early 2000s, early 90s, right before they won the World Series. He only put down. He was the majority. He put down $75 million, and now when he bought them, and that was years ago. Yeah,
I know the prices are crazy, bro. Yeah, but he's gonna try to start an expansion team, which means the only thing I heard though is you can't be you can't be an owner and a player. No, because Jordan had that problem.
Yeah, Jordan had that problem.
Yeah. So the thing is like, when does he do the team? When does he buy the team then? Because he keeps on saying he wants to play until Bronny gets drafted, and he wants to play with Bronny. So what do you do? Because he
can't be an owner and a player for the same team.
Well, you can't be a owner and player for any team, I don't think.
Why not?
Because you could be told you're throwing games in order to make your team win. To look like, I mean, there's a lot of
that would get investigated. There's no conflict of interest there.
Thanks, Dixon. Appreciate it.
I mean, I can see that happening.
So what it's more. So you're telling me it's not you think it's more of a conflict to play for your own team that you're invested in the outcome of, because if you win or lose can determine how well your own franchise does. But you could be an owner and play for a different franchise and control their outcome and how their franchise progresses. Think about what the fuck you're saying, though.
But he does that regardless.
Oh my God.
He doesn't.
You are now. I just found my fuck out of here.
But wait a minute, isn't that the same shit?
No, because he has no ownership in the league.
Yeah, but if let's say he could throw a game if he wants.
Yeah, but so what does he get out of it?
I'm just saying.
He doesn't get anything for it.
You don't have to be an owner. You don't have to be an owner for that. But
no, you have to be an owner to profit off it. It's about
valid
profiting.
point. Valid point. I give you that. That's a good point. Yeah. So he can't be the sole owner, like the most percentage, but
he can't have any ownership in it.
Yeah, he can't. So
basically, though, he's saying he doesn't want to be like a Michael Jordan, who's just the face of the team.
Well, Michael Jordan,
all right, is he the principal owner?
No, he's not. He's not the majority owner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
so
he owns a big portion.
He's just a face, though. They use him like the Jay-Z, for instance, right?
Well, that's the reason why
he's about Jay-Z being in ownership. He has no control, no say. They're just using him for his popularity.
He owns 1% of the Is it Nets?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. LeBron doesn't want to do that. LeBron wants to be the guy.
Well, that's why he has to start his own team, which makes sense, right? Open up one in Vegas.
Yeah, but the thing is then how's that work with the Bronny thing? Because don't you think he'd want Bronny to play for his team? So you can't really wait for him to get drafted. Like it have to be a few years away then.
Possibly.
So I don't know. I mean, they listen. You got a football team there, so you figure it's only a matter of time before some more sports start heading that way.
Don't they have hockey there?
They probably do. I don't know anything about hockey though.
Yeah,
not in the slightest. But we are getting back to that great time of year because basketball is going to pick up. Hockey just started. We have playoff baseball because we have the best team in baseball in it, the Yankees, and football's going good. Hey man, New York's on a roll right now. The Jets have a winning record. The Giants are 4-1.
Yeah,
hockey
it's
starting
going
up.
Great for New York.
And we got the Yankees out there just dominating. So it's a great time.
Great for New York.
Yep.
I can't wait until that cookie crumbles.
We ain't Boston. Okay. We ain't Boston.
Listen, we had a good streak, and you got to admit that.
Yeah, the difference is your good streak lasted, maybe 10 years?
20
Our
years
good streak has lasted 100.
Over 20 years with the Patriots, which doesn't belong to Boston. It's a New England Patriots. But anyway, 20 years with the Patriots. Then we won a couple of Stanley Cups with the Bruins.
Well, I'll say that.
Four.
You're right. Basketball and hockey. You're right. We ain't winning shit right now in New York in basketball and hockey. But baseball, it's been over 100 years. The Giants have won a couple Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, but yeah, the other
Giants only won two Super Bowls in a span of 20 years, bro.
But one of them was the most important Super Bowl in history. So
you're right. It's the one that hurts the most.
Hey man, do you watch
No,
Eli?
I don't watch that.
No? Oh my god,
I should watch it because they seem so entertaining.
Dude, it's so good.
Even in the commercials, they seem entertaining.
Did we talk about? I don't know if we talked about it. Did you see Chad Powers episode?
No, I don't know. Chad.
Eli Manning dressed up as a prospect.
I didn't. We didn't talk about it, but I did see it. I seen it on SportsCenter.
Dude, hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
This guy,
I mean, they're good.
Up.
Them two together. I mean, they're something about the Mannings. They're good, bro.
Dude, they were talking to the coach was talking to him, and they're like, "Hey, man, where'd you go to school?" I was homeschooled. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, my mom wasn't really a great teacher, but she was a hell of a coach. And he just fucking rips him in there, dude. It's hilarious.
I think somebody was in it, right? Somebody in the team was in it. I think it was the coach. One of the coaches were in it.
Well, somebody had to get him a tryout, so somebody had to be in on it, but then nobody else knew. And the makeup and stuff was really good. You hear the coaches, I think we want to bring this guy out. We might have to take this Chad Powers guy. Dude,
did you think it was like you could see that the eyes light up like, yo, this is the guy.
Yes,
this is the guy.
Yes.
And then everybody else is like,
this could be a dude.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then they find out it's him. And I think it's pretty cool that they stopped it, but you can tell that he was talking to the young men and he's like, hey, this is this and that, which is good. Yeah. But I think what they doing, I think you can build a show between them for a long time.
Dude, they're making the Omaha Productions is, dude. So they got all these shows on ESPN Plus going on right now. Peyton's Places, Eli's Places, and they got a couple other people signed on for it, right? Number one. Number two, they signed a huge contract with the NFL with ESPN to continue to do these simulcast games, but not all of them. They had 10 games this year, right? So they just do different games throughout the year.
Do they get to pick the games?
I don't
I'm pretty
know if
sure.
they do or not.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
They
in the
probably do.
contract. Yeah.
And then they signed Pat McAfee to a deal to do a simulcast on Saturday nights during NCAA, some of the NCAA games.
That guy's doing good, huh? McAfee.
He's hot right now. So they got him doing a simulcast during he already had one. He has another one coming up, I think, this Saturday, where he's doing another simulcast with the college football. And one of the reasons they're doing it is because he's now a part of college football game day. So he's there in the morning, and then he flies back to his home at his own. This guy owns his own studio.
I can imagine.
Like, this guy is such a good business person. He went out and he bought a church in a residential area because it was easier to get to than going to the city every day in downtown Indianapolis. And he converted the church into a studio. The studio has a stage where you could tell was probably the stage for the preacher. Yeah. That's their stage and everything.
The altar.
Yeah, where the altar would be. And it's him and his guys. And then it's a basketball court. And right off of the stage is a huge basketball court. They got a golf simulator upstairs. They got a gym downstairs. And they're sitting there during the show and they're like, hey, if I make this from the stage into the hoop, I'll give $1,000 out to 10 people. And then they'll just fucking randomly shoot shit and stuff, dude. They're doing well.
They live in that dream. They live in that dream, huh? It takes a lot of work to live that dream, bro.
Yeah. And to make sure you own it. Like, he owns his show. He didn't sell out to anybody. He hasn't done he's
a good businessman. Yeah, like you said, he's a good businessman.
Pat McAfee a lot of credit.
Smart. You're the second person that mentioned him to me. Somebody at work mentioned him, and it has to do with sports. Obviously, they're like,
yeah.
Do you watch Pat McAfee? I'm like, damn, you're the second person to mention that name. Check Monster says it, and then you say it.
I love his show. It's awesome. Yeah. They have good shit.
Yeah.
They have a thing called the pod, which is where they pull up different videos from the internet. They all send them into each other, and they just go around the table talking shit. Pat McAfee's not a part of that one. It's all the people from the show, but that one's funny too. So, what do you got? Are you looking forward to anything coming up?
Well, my birthday's coming up soon. I'm on vacation this week. The wifey is taking my brother-in-law back to Czech Republic. So she left today. So she's actually on a flight right now on the way to Vienna.
Oh, so I got my spare room back.
Yeah, I'm home alone for 2 weeks, bro.
I don't have off until the last week of October.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked for
I took off right before the holidays.
Yeah, I do the same thing. The month before the holiday, I take it off. So that's so. I'm really looking for the holidays because it's my favorite time of the year. For me, time passes by fast. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I do.
He misses wifey.
I do, and she just left.
You want to jump into the fuck out of here segment then?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's kick it.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
All right, Mr. Messiah, I'll give you the screen. You can go first.
All right, so my fuck out of here is this. You're working in a service industry. I said I was going to save it for this fuck out of here. So you work in a service industry, greeting, or if you're taking an order, remind you, I'm just going to say it. Dunkin' Donuts, I went to get coffee and a bagel with cream cheese after dropping off the wife. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. There's nobody else in the restaurant, but somebody's eating. And the person, it could be the age thing. I think it's an age thing, but I think they still need to be taught professionalism. Maybe, should I expect professionalism in the Dunkin' Donuts? Maybe I'm expecting too much. But the person goes up to me and goes, what do you want? No, it's not even what do you want. Go ahead with your order. I'm like, man, not even a how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome to Dunkin' Donuts. Go ahead with your order whenever you're ready. It's go ahead with your order. What kind of shit is that? I almost said, me being a leader at a service company, I almost said, you know what? If I was a manager, I would be on you saying, hey, that's not how you greet. Because I'm on that with my employees. I'm like, listen, when you greet a customer, it's not, can I help you with anything? How you doing? Do a warm welcome. That's all I'm asking. So fuck out of here with the can I help you with? Or not even can I help you? It's go ahead with your order. I think it's an age group thing. It could be an age group thing because she is on that age group. It was a female, but you do see a manager next to her. I think it's a manager or a person that's training, right? But doesn't say anything. I hate the Yankees, right? Who doesn't? Oh, bro. Effective. Yeah. Oh.
All right. I thought you had some comments about those comments, but you didn't. So you kind of got me. You just stayed there with a dumb look on your face. And I was like, okay, my bad. So my fuck out of here. I don't really have much. I think I'll just have to go with what I said I was going to do. Like anybody who thinks that you can own a team and not be allowed to play on that, but you should be allowed to play on on the competition's team and own another team needs to get the rocks out their fucking head. Fuck out of here on that dumb shit.
Why not?
Fuck out of here.
So,
it makes no logistical sense. Nobody in their right mind would ever say to you, wow, I could see that. You should be able to own that team and play on this team. That makes zero sense. If I can't play on the team I own, which I have invested interest in, why would I be allowed to play on somebody else's team that's owned by somebody else? So the owner comes to me and is like, well, fuck you. I own a team. You're going to tell me what to do. Like, fuck out of here, bro.
You're part of the Players Association and part of the Owner Association.
No, that's fine. I said you can own your team and play on your own team, right?
Yeah.
You can't, though, play on somebody else's team. Fuck out of here for that shit.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Hey, quick thing. I listened to this on the radio. I listened to this on the radio, and I thought it was very interesting as I was driving the wife to the airport and the brother-in-law. What are you laughing about?
Nothing. Go before I do it.
Don't do it, bro. Do not do it. I know you, bro. I know you. Real quick.
I'm just hard. I'm holding it back.
Apparently, this age group or this generation, they talk to each other, mostly females. Will say, "Hey, what do you think of this picture?" And it's supposed to be a nude of her, and they get an approval before they send it to somebody. I want to know who does that shit. But apparently, a lot of people do it. No, I'm saying a lot of girls in this generation, they do it. They usually send each other pictures before they send it to somebody.
Listen, don't you think if guys weren't so phobic about their body, about other men's bodies and man parts, guys would do the same fucking thing? If 100%, if men were allowed to be as comfortable about male nudity as women are about their nudity, dude, I'm telling you, men would do this shit all day, every day. They'd be like, yo, bro, I'm about to send this DP to this chick. What you think, bro? You know what? No, the angle's a little off. You need to, do the camera to make it look bigger, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys would absolutely be doing
what
that
about
shit.
that? What about that couple that turned that into an actual industry?
What?
That turned dick pics into a money-making business.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't follow the DP industry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's not my cup of tea. Oh my goodness. Anyway. I guess we'll wrap it up on DP. What do you think? I mean, is that a good place to end the show? What's the matter? All of a sudden, you just seem to clam up. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess for Mazias, since he doesn't want to say anything to you lovely folks, you guys notice one thing about Messiah? He believes in greetings, not goodbyes. But for your boy Monster on the mic, I'm out. For Messiah, since you don't want to, say goodbye to everybody, we out.
Latest.
Got the right stuff.